Guys, I hope the riding portion of the video did it some justice, but this is one badass, ultra rare motorcycle. This is the Yankee Z500, made in Schenectady, New York by the Yankee Motor Company, combined with OSSA. They used twin 250cc OSSA cylinders together to build this 500cc two-stroke, which was street legal. The founder is John Taylor. He's an American motorcycle racer and importer who bought the OSSA and Bultaco motorcycles into the US. And he figured, what the hell? Let's put two 250s together and make it a 500, right? So that's what he did. It's a twin cylinder OSSA. The heart of the Yankee 500Z is the 488cc air-cooled parallel twin engine, and has a common crankshaft and crankcase. The designer was Eduardo Giro of OSSA in Barcelona. It was also notable at the time for being configurable as a twingle, meaning it could be set up to fire both pistons together in like a large single for torque, or in a traditional twin pattern for smooth power. They rated it at about 58 horsepower at 7,500 RPM, and it has a 6-speed overdrive gearbox derived from OSSA's rotary valve single race bike. The frame was designed by racing great Dick Mann, built from heavy-duty 4130 chromoly steel. Suspension, forks, and shocks were suited for both trail and dirt use. Telescopic forks, dual rear shocks, typical from the era, but it has a very unique feature. This was possibly, I believe, the first production dirt bike to have a rear disc brake. Front drum brake, not disc, but it had a rear disc. 21-inch front, 18-inch wheel, fiberglass tank, fenders, and side panels. Designed as a dual-purpose bike capable of trail riding, enduros, and of course, light road use. It is street legal. Smooth power, pulls really hard in the mid-range, plenty of torque, thanks to its two-stroke twin big bore 500cc design. The chassis is super robust, and with 6 speeds, you could use it just about anywhere. So it was a very versatile bike. Overbuilt, massive, heavy frame. Look at how massive the down tubes are on that frame. I've never seen a 500 with a frame that beefy. They only made it for 2 years. Very limited production. They only made 764 of these ever built worldwide. They're extremely rare. And it is a really cool cult classic, and it's highly collectible. Very unique engineering, and collectors prize these ones. And it definitely influenced later thinking about two-stroke twins and American production efforts, even if it wasn't a commercial success. They didn't make that many of them, but they also made, not many people know, they made a bizarre 4-cylinder 1000cc prototype, which I've never seen one, but boy, I'd like to try that out. 1000cc 4-cylinder two-stroke, the Yankee Z1000. They combined two of these engines together. They campaigned it, raced it a bit. That's a extremely super rare museum piece for sure. So very few of these out there. This one here is in absolutely beautiful condition. This is original paint on it, original fenders. The bike's been completely gone through here, so all the lights and everything works beautifully, runs excellent. That's the original front tire on this bike too, indicating it can't have very many miles on it. It didn't come to us with a speedometer, so there's no speedometer, but that's the original factory production tire. We did quite a bit with the bike. I'll go over our service work order with you next, let you know what we did to it. The engine number is 11-00237, and the frame number is 11-00155, which is the original frame and engine, to our knowledge. So the first thing we did is we filled, charged, and installed the new battery, cleaned and painted the battery tray. We removed the air box, cleaned it inside and out to perfection, installed a new air filter, removed both the carbs, cleaned those to perfection, and then resealed the intake manifold and reinstalled the cables. We replaced both throttle cables with new ones. We removed the clutch from the motorcycle, properly cleaned and refurbished the original clutch, and set the clutch springs to factory spec. They are adjustable. We set the clutch lever play, installed a new decompression lever, a new NOS one, and set that to factory spec. Replaced the spark plugs with 2 new ones, NGK, BRE80S, and we rebuilt the original front brake switch and set the front brake tension to proper spec. We flushed the rear brake master cylinder, flushed the rear and cleaned the rear brake caliper, bled the rear brakes with new DOT4 fluid, removed the fuel tank, drained it, rebuilt both petcocks, filled the tank with a gallon of VP94 mixed 40-1. Installed a new 6-volt horn, installed a new taillight bulb, set the tire pressure front and rear to 32 and 36 respectively, set the rear brake pedal for proper engagement, and gave the bike a full once over. after it went to the detail department where it was given a full rotisserie detail. It was steam clean, hand washed from the bottom of the engine to the top. Every nut and bolt on this bike was clean and polished, and the tank was polished and waxed. It's original factory paint. It's 55 years old. You can see this full bore sticker right here. It's faded because it's almost 60 years old, but the original paint still has a shine on it, indicating this was stored indoor. The front fender was repainted. The original paint had flaked and peeled off of there. So when I get a bike like this as original paint, I really don't want to paint it. So we do the bare minimum. Just touched up the frame rails a bit and painted the front fender, polished all the aluminum, polished and waxed everything else. That's the original chain on this bike, which is pretty amazing. We took the chain off and cleaned it in Evaporust in the parts washer, cleaned the sprockets and reinstalled them. We were like, you know, where are you going to find a 55-year-old bike with the original chain and original front tire on it? So it's kind of proof of the story, the low mileage story. The gear oil was changed, and it's our parts list was the 18-inch rear tire and tube, a battery, two throttle cables, a decompression lever, a horn, some brake fluid, 2 plugs, the fuel lines and fuel filters, gallon of VP, and some Spectro oil, new light bulb, and that's it. So didn't really need much in the way of parts, more about recommissioning than a restoration. I'd call this a preservation service. And as you can see in the video, the clutch works beautifully now. Transmission's just beautifully, 6-speed overdrive. It'll cruise at 55 all day. Definitely a cool piece that no one else is going to have. No one else in your block's going to have one. If you have any questions about it, give us a call. We have a resident OSSA Yankee guru here, the professor, Bill Blythe. We tried to get him to do this video with me because he's forgot more about these bikes than I'll ever know. He's an absolute guru when it comes to the Yankee. So if you buy it and you have any questions, the professor is here 9 to 5 every day. He'll answer any of your questions and definitely steer you in the right direction. So beautiful piece, really, really nice. That's the original factory exhaust system. It has a couple dings on this side here, unfortunately. I'm sure a good body shop could fix those. The other side of the pipe looks like it just came out of the box. And the original bash pan on the bottom. Show them the bottom of the bike. Doesn't look like it's ever been off-road. There's no road rash or any issues there that I could see anywhere. Just a beautiful piece. Very, very rare. Still has the North Carolina 1975 registration right here. 51 years ago. We left that on there just as part of the story, part of the patina. Definitely a museum quality piece. This one's fully sorted and ready to go. Good luck finding another one. There's very, very few out there like this. They only started with, what, 700? I said most of those are ridden into the ground and long forgotten. There's probably not another one online for sale today like this anywhere. It's super ultra rare. It was rare. It was rare 55 years ago. These were super rare, you know, and now they're kind of unobtainium. 2-stroke big bore 500. Thanks for watching, and God bless America.